Hello and welcome. Today we will be modeling this modern sofa and hope you're gonna enjoy it and learn something from it. So stick and watch till the end and don't forget to like and subscribe. So let's get into the action. Okay, so let's begin making our modern sofa. I will press Shift A and select plane. Press N on the keyboard and for navigate maybe. Okay, yeah. So I will change the width. The width is fine, 2 meters. I will change the depth, 78. Okay, and the height, the overall height will be, press edit, tab to edit, and then extrude. I will enter the value 80 centimeter. So this is the reference overall height for the sofa. Okay, I can just duplicate this and move this to the side. Okay, now what I need to do is I will edit this. So press tab and the top face is selected. I will change the height to 25 centimeter, and then I will select the bottom face. Okay, let's select, click this, or I can press 3 to select the face. Okay, now I need to raise this up to 15 centimeter. Okay, now I will I will add the subdivision. Oh, sorry, I will add edge loop. So I will, oh, sorry, undo, Control R, and then using the mouse wheel, I will add 2 cuts and then click to accept and then right click to leave it in the center. Okay, and I will go to the top view, scale it outwards. I will press the X key to restrict it in the X-axis, and let's bring it somewhere over here. Okay, so this is good. So this is my front side and this will be the bottom. So Control R, and I will just add this for the back side. I need to push this more further. So what I can do, while this is already selected, I can press the G key 2 times, G, and I can just reposition this. Okay, somewhere here. This is good. So now what I've done, I've created a boundary that I will extrude. So I will go into the face selection mode. Okay, so click, shift, click, click while holding the shift key and E to extrude. Okay, this is good. And let's change this to 80. So that is the overall height for the sofa. And now what I need to do is add multiple edge loops, segments. So Control R, and using the mouse wheel, let me check the number over here in the bottom. So I want to increase this up to 21. So I've already calculated this. So 21, and then right click to leave it in the center. Okay, good. Now I will add one edge loop over here. So Control R, and then somewhere about here, and maybe one over here. Okay, and one in the center. I need one center somewhere here. Okay, and now what I need to do is move this out. Yeah, I need to bring this out, but before I do anything, I want to delete the half. Okay, I'll just focus on one side, and then we can then later on we can just symmetry. So if I go to the top view, okay, so I'll delete this side. So I will go to my wireframe mode, press Z, and then select wireframe. Yeah, okay. So I'll select all on the left side. Okay, and let's try to delete it. If I press the X key on the keyboard, and we have options. Okay, let's try vertices. Good, it worked. Okay, so now we just focus on this part. I want to bring this bottom part out. Okay, so we'll select the vertex, press 1. So we are in the vertex selection mode. So let's just drag and select. I hope. Oh, so let's go to the wireframe mode, and then we can just select it easily. And we don't want to select the ones on the outside, so I can just control and then deselect. Fine. So now press the G key and middle mouse button, so it will restrict to the y-axis, the closest axis, and this is good. And let's move this in the wireframe mode. I can select all of these. Okay, and it's up to you, or maybe I'll just deselect this. All right, so let's just bring this out, something like this. Okay, this is good. Now I will select the alternate edge. So let me quickly select. Okay, so all of these edges are selected. So what I will do is move this further out. So press G, and then I can click the middle mouse button, so it will restrict to the y-axis somewhere here. Okay, this is good. This is too flat, so what I can do is select these vertex. Okay, these are already selected for me, so I can deselect these in the wireframe mode just to be on the safer side. Okay, now if I go to the left side and press G to move, and then let's just move it around, just following the shape, so it goes in a rounded shape. Okay, when we apply the subdivision, let's apply and see the result. So I can use the hotkey control the number 2. Control 2 means I will have subdivision with 2 levels, as you can see. Okay, so this is the result of our subdivision. So we need to do few things. Okay, first we can add. So I have the option. First of all, let me this is showing me the end result with the original wireframe cage. Okay, so if I just turn this off, I can see my original mesh without the subdivision. So I want to select the edge, so Alt and click, it will select the edge loop. Okay, and what I would like to do is add the bevel in order to tighten up this part. So now I can enable this end result, so I can see how much I need to bevel. Control B, and then using the mouse, just move the mouse. We can see how much we need to, and using the mouse wheel I can add more segments. So I just need one segment in the center. So this is too much. So let's add somewhere here. Okay, click. Let's try 0.8. I want to tighten up just a bit more. So 0.8 is the value. Okay, and now I can turn this off. So we can repeat the same process. So Alt click, it will select the edge loop. Control B, and I can just enter the value 0.8. So it will remember the center segment that I added. Continue, Alt click, Control B, and then enter the value 0.8, enter. Alt click, Control B, 0.8, enter. Last one, Alt click, Control B, and 0.8, enter. All right. Hope this is not confusing. That's very good. And now let's press the tab key. Going to the object mode, I can see the end result. So I think I should bring this bulge out a little bit more. All right, so just select the edges one more time. Okay, the edges are selected. I will turn this on so we can see the end result, and I will press the G key, and using the middle mouse button I will click it. No, it is restricting to Z-axis. I don't want that, so let's click it again. Yeah, Y-axis. So just bring this out furthermore, just a little bit, something like this. Maybe if it is too much, I can just push this in a little bit. Okay, so this is looking good. Fine. Now we need to add, so this is way too much curve, so I need to add one edge loop. So Control R, and then just bring this out a little bit. All right, okay, this is good. I need to add one edge loop over here. So let me turn this off. One edge loop over here. So Control R, and let's just bring the edge loop somewhere here, and press tab to come back to the object mode. I can see the end results. I can just go inside and then do my editing. Okay, so we won't see this bottom part because we will be adding our seat cushion just a little bit later. Let's add a bottom segment. So I'll add one more edge loop over here. Okay, so this should be looking good. Yeah, so it's holding the shape nicely, and you get the idea. Okay, so this is looking good. If you don't want to see this faceted effect, you can right click when you're in the object mode, select the object, right click, shade smooth. Okay, so now this is looking good. We are happy. I will add, let's add the symmetry. So this is the mirror modifier, but before I do it, check the scale value. This scale value is off. It should be 1. So we need to collapse. So Control A and just select all transform. Okay, so everything is collapsed nicely. Now I can just go back to the modifier and select mirror. Okay, so we have the result, but if you notice the center part, this is not good. We want it to be smoother like the rest. Okay, so the way to fix it, look at this modifier list. We have two modifiers. So this is the mirror modifier. So just from this dotted section, just click and drag and move this up in the list, and just let the mouse click go, and as you can see, it has fixed it. All right, now we need to add our seat cushion. Okay, so the way we do it is Shift A and select Q. Okay, and now you can just scale this down and go to the front view. I can just press G, middle mouse, to restrict it to the Z-axis. Let's bring it somewhere here, and we can just, I'll have two seat cushions. So in wireframe mode, I will select, so everything is selected. Back to the front view and then just move this out. Let's select all of the top part and move it down. G to move and then middle mouse button click to restrict it to the Z axis, and we just need to fill the space. Wireframe mode, select everything, press G and middle mouse to restrict to the nearest axis, which is Y axis. Okay, so this is good. So what I will do is I will add the edge loops. So Control R, one bottom edge loop, and then I will add two edge loops and then scale it outwards, and I can press the X key so it restricts to the X axis, and then equally I can just scale it outwards. Let me add one at the back. Control R, click, and then I can easily drag it outwards. Okay, this is good. And then let me add two edge loops in the center, and I can just scale, press S to scale and X to restrict, and just bring it a little bit closer somewhere here. Okay, and now let's add the subdivision. Control 2, or I can use the modifier list and add the subdivision, and let's increase the level 2. Okay, so press the tab key. We need to add one edge loop over here, so Control R, click, and then I can just bring this forward. So now, as you can see, I need to select these two edges and press G and Z. If you press the Z key, it will also restrict to the Z axis somewhere over here. So I think I need to go into wireframe mode and select all of the edges, the center part, and then scale it outwards. Press S to scale and X to restrict in the X axis. Okay, and now I think if I turn this off, I can select this edge and raise it up a little bit. Press G to move and then Z to move it in this. So let's just make it a little bit smoother like this. Okay, but follow the slope. Okay, so this is looking good. So now as you can see, the scale is off. So Control A, all transforms. What all transform does is it collapse and bring the pivot point to the center origin over here. What this helps us to do is apply the symmetry modifier, the mirror modifier, and then it works based on the pivot point position. Alright, so now let's go and add the mirror modifier. As you can see, we have a gap over here, so no problem. Press tab, go to wireframe mode, so I can select all of these, come back out of the wireframe mode, and I can just turn this back on so I can see the smooth result. And now I can just bring this closer. Press G to move and X to restrict to the X axis, so just bring it closer. Okay, this is good. Alright, I like it. Same thing we will do. Select the object, right click, shade smooth. Yeah, fine. Now the remaining part is, okay, wait, before I go further, let me edit this. I'll add one more edge loop over here. Edge loop over here. Okay, now this is a little bit better. So maybe I can just move this GG. I'll just push this back a little bit. Okay, now it's fine. Yep. So we will add the legs. The next thing is to add the legs. Okay. Now, before I do this, this is too straight. So let me break that straightness. Okay. So let me select the object, tab, go into the edit mode, and we can select the edges. Okay. And let's turn on the end result and let's move it. Press G and then X axis. So this is going to, okay, this is good. We can bring the bottom part out as well, but I will not do it. That is a homework for you. Okay. But before I do go further, I'll just push this down just a little bit. Press G and Z, so I can just bring this down just a little bit. Okay. Now I can add the legs for the sofa. So Shift A and select plane. So the plane is click and drag. So I can enter one value which will go for both X and Y. So I want 5 centimeters. So I just entered 5 once and it is doing for both. Enter. And we have 5 by 5 centimeter plane. And then go into the edit mode. The face is already selected. Press E to extrude and then just extrude it up. Okay, I'll go to the front view. Okay, so let's bring this out just like this and go into the wireframe mode. Let's select all of the vertex at the bottom and press G and move it in the x-axis with the help of middle mouse button, or you can use the keyboard key X, Y and Z depending on which axis you want. And these ones I will rotate it. Press R and you can start rotating it somewhat like this. Press G and move this down just a little bit. So now I can extrude. If I press E to extrude, it is going in that direction. So I'll just right click and press G to move in the x-axis. Right now, if I press the scale key, if I want to make these two straight to each other, so if I press the scale key S and enter the value 0, my mistake, undo, right click and undo. Okay, scale S is for scale and then x-axis, and now I can enter the value 0. All right. Okay. The easy way to bring this to the center origin is I need to bring the pivot point to the origin. The easy way to do is Control A and select all transforms. So my pivot point is over here. So now if I select this and enter the value 0 in the x-axis, it goes straight to the center. Now if I go to my top view, let's push this out. Somewhat like this. Okay, I like it. And I need to apply the all transforms again. And if I just add a little bit of the accent to this, I will add bevel, Control B, and then just increase it. So I have a little bit rounded shape over here. Okay, now it's time to add the mirror modifier. I'll select this face and delete it. Select the face. Okay, let's add a mirror modifier. Mirror. Perfect. Because our pivot point here is in the center of the sofa and the origin, so we can use Y as well, so that will bring it for the bottom side, bottom part, sorry, for the back side as well. So as you can see, I can delete this. Our lovely modern sofa is ready. All you need to do is order this and you should get the delivery as soon as possible. Just joking. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and see you in the next video. Take care and bye bye.